We are now on to the discussion and lightning talks. I wasn't entirely clear if I, I think Madikin and Stephanie or we're gonna take over running that. Is that right, or
Yep.
do I have that wrong?
Nope, it's Stephanie and I.
Yes. So, right. So Madikin was very excited about lightning talks, and I'm always very excited about things, but also I was not totally clear on like what a lightning talk is, what's our like threshold for like something worth giving a lightning talk about. So I was hoping that I could just ask you now, Madikin. So like, what is a lightning talk in your vision?
Okay, so for those of you that have attended SciPy, there's a lightning talk session. And what a lightning talk is a short, sort of fun, under like up to 5, but under 5-minute talk about something. At SciPy, it could be anything, but for this particular users workshop, we want to kind of make it YT themed. So if you have some like thing you've done in YT that you want to show, maybe you're working on a new feature and you want to demo it. Maybe you want to talk about something really weird you did with YT and you think it's cool. Maybe you want to show how you did a cool visualization. I've seen some of you post extremely cool viz on Twitter. And maybe you didn't feel like it was enough content for a full talk. You can kind of show how you made that viz. Or you could just do something totally random. Really, it's just supposed to be fun. So like the whole goal of the lightning talk session is to kind of share ideas. It's spontaneous, so you do not have to be formal when you're giving this talk. You could also really challenge the curse of the live demo and do a live demo of something. Anything you really want. So is this making you excited, Stephanie? You're muted.
I was muted.
Okay.
Now that
Great.
I've unmuted myself, I am very excited. Snape actually fell down. He was so excited. So
oh no, Snape.
Yeah, he's gonna have to come up with his own lightning talk. Yeah, so I love this. Is it okay for me to submit a lightning talk if I already am giving like a long talk?
Oh, of course, yes. So we encourage everybody to ask for lightning talks. So what we're going to do, I think we mentioned this a little bit earlier, is we have the thread for the lightning talks sign up today. And so if you want to give a talk today, you can do that. But then after today ends, we'll post threads and pin them in the channel for tomorrow's lightning talk and for Friday's lightning talk session. And we tried to mix up the times a little to account for different types of time zones. So if you're in Europe, maybe Friday would be nicer, or if you're in Asia, Friday might be nice. So hopefully that would work. And you can also sign up for multiple lightning talks. What Stephanie and I will be doing is if we see somebody signing up for lots of lightning talks, we might prioritize other people before you for your like second and third lightning talk. But you certainly can give that many, and maybe you'll get to give all of them. Who knows? Stephanie and I are going to be using some like cool random ordering. So you might not be going quite in the order you signed up in, but that's okay. We're going to try and make sure that everybody who wants to give a lightning talk can give one.
Yes. And so definitely, I love this idea. I think everyone should be giving a lightning talk.
Yes.
And it'll be really exciting. I'm really stoked about this. Cool. Okay. I feel like I have a thing I'm having a problem with. So maybe I'll, is that worth doing a lightning talk for?
Absolutely. Yes. You should definitely do something if you're having a problem also, or maybe you have like a request on a feature, like you could show your problem in a live demo to everybody. Another thing we want to like preface with the lightning talks is that we want these to be positive. So, another thing we'd like to have that Stephanie and I talked about is that we want to have people interacting in the chat. And we thought maybe the chat in Zoom would be fun because then you can see what people are saying as somebody's talking. And we want all the interaction to be positive. Stephanie and I, our job is to be hype monsters. So we'll be making like fun jokes about stuff, but again, all positive. Because we want everybody to be excited to give a talk. This is not supposed to be like high pressure, scary, anything like that. Really fun, really
Yes.
fun. Yes.
That's good, because I have an idea for a lightning talk, but I'll tell you right now, I don't do live demos. That is not I stay far away from live demos. So I will not be doing that. And I think that's going to be okay.
Okay, well, I think this means you're signing up for today,
I'm
right?
so
70?
signing up. I'm really excited.
Okay, good. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. So we also are not going to be having questions in the lightning talk. So if you do have a question for the speaker, you can post it in Slack and hopefully they'll respond to you later, or maybe they won't because chaos. But we're going to go really quick. So the way that we kind of like go with the process is that you're going to have maximum 5 minutes. And when you're 10 seconds out from 5 minutes, you're going to get a little beep noise from our amazing AV people, and they're just going to cut you off at exactly, ooh, that's terrifying. So you're going to feel the impending doom of 5 minutes, and then your voice will be cut off at exactly 5 minutes. So if you don't get everything you want, it's just going to end. True chaos. It's going to be great. And so we're not going to tell anybody the exact ordering of the talks, but what we will do is we'll notify the first person who's speaking a little bit ahead of time of the lightning talks. And then when they go on, so like right now we know Matt has signed up for a lightning talk. We know Corentin has signed up for a lightning talk, and Stephanie. So I think that's the order we'll start with. So we would say, Matt, you're up. And then Corentin, you're on deck, which means that you're going to be coming. Corentin, your talk is right after Matt, so you should be ready. And we're also going to be using the Slide.io questions, and we'll have a question in between each lightning talk. And these are also going to be fun and chaotic. So maybe we can do the first Slide.io question now.
Can you send again the link?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Hi, Jason. Sorry, I was supposed to do something cool so that we could see it, so it didn't come up on screen. So actually,
I just started the first one. I can also put it on the screen if you'd like.
Yeah, maybe put it on the screen this time because I forgot to do it. So if we go to, okay, I see. Awesome.
It's slide.io.com, right?
Yeah, and then hashtag rhythm 2020. So it should be on everybody's
in the
screen.
chat. Yep. Great.
Oh, I don't know. How did I do? Ooh,
nice.
that was hard.
It is really hard. Okay.
Oh, wow, poor brown bear.
Poor brown bear.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a bummer.
What do you see now, brown bear?
Wow. Okay, so I think we have got a good first poll question to start. Nice vibes. So why don't we go and do Matt's thing now?
Okay, so I will go ahead and get started then. This is not well thought out. I'm going to show you some work in progress that I've been experimenting with. And this is in collaboration with Sam Walkow, who is going to be speaking again, or going to be speaking tomorrow. So one of the things that has come up a couple times in thinking about how we deal with data and how we deal with visualizations is that oftentimes we end up having to write a whole lot of boilerplate code, particularly for things that we do over and over and over again, like make density plots, make slice plots, make projection plots, and so on. And what we've been experimenting with is codifying some of these operations into a grammar, basically. We've been looking at how can we break these things down into just their constituent parts, all the different things that make them unique, each individual plot, and then can we turn that into like a formal grammar? what we've been doing this with is we've been doing this inside a repository called Analysis Schema. And basically we've gone through, and I will make my screen bigger. We've gone through and we've tried to identify all the different little bits and pieces of, an analysis process. So for instance, you might have visualization objects and you're constructing a fixed resolution buffer or a profile plot or a phase plot, or you'll be doing a projection or something. And you can describe these, like for instance, you can describe a projection or a profile plot in pretty simple terms. You can describe it in terms of the field that you're projecting, how you're doing the projection, the axis, maybe the width, something like that. And we're attempting to turn these things into schema that we can validate and write. So here's an example for an image gallery where this is all in JSON. Ideally, it would be in something like YAML or something that's a little bit easier to write, where you define maybe a data set, then you define a set of plots that you want to make, the sources of those plots, the operations of how you're going to make them. And then, for instance, maybe later on, you define the data set to be a list of objects. And so it spins through it, it makes all of them. And we've been trying to do this in such a way that you can edit things on the fly. So for instance, we can do editor. Oh, of course it is. We'll do 8001 for my port. But maybe you want to be able to edit this and write up your schema for how you want to construct a set of objects. And so maybe now we'll do data set. This is supposed to be auto-completing, but it's not. See, this is what happens with lightning talks, is oftentimes it gets a little bit messed up. So you construct things that describe the different plots that you want to make, and then we have been working on setting. And let me, folks, this is the worst. I am so sorry that I'm doing this to you.
This is amazing. I love it. This is exactly what the
apologizing.
first one should be. Perfect, Matt.
It's exactly what we wanted, Matt.
Yep.
Also, we forced Matt to do this, everyone.
Yeah. This is why we wanted Matt to go first, so we could make him do this.
It's hazing. So it looks like it's not auto-completing for me, but you can generate a set of plots, and then each one of these plots have a source or something like that, and then ultimately be able to write out all the different analysis methods that are all the different analysis operations that you want to conduct, feed this into something and have it do all of the necessary legwork. And we're making okay progress on this, but the main thing that we've come up with in this, to be perfectly honest, is that we've started using this to figure out how we can codify some of the types that are required to define data objects. So maybe there's a flat definition, of all data, or maybe you've got Boolean operations that you can apply, an arbitrary grid, a covering grid, and each one of these have different attributes that we can say this is the type of attribute that this should be. All cut regions should consist of a base data object and a list of hold on, that's not okay. All of the base data objects, and then all of the different things that go into those base data objects. Oh, that's 10 seconds. Okay, thanks everybody. Right.
I wasn't muted.
Impending doom.
That was
Okay.
awesome, Matt. Thank you so much for kicking us off. It's always hard to be first, and you did it with aplomb.
Yes, it was perfect. Okay, so we have our next slide IO question, Slide-IO. What should the next YT package be named? Ooh, great questions.
The next presenter can go ahead and start their screen share if they want while we're doing the Slido, just so we don't have to waste time. Yep, perfect.
Great, thanks. Oh man, mine got the.
We've got like a tie. This is very exciting. So it sounds like the community is divided. Okay, I think we can go to Corentin now. Corentin, you are presenting now, and Stephanie, you're on deck for the next one. And I heard Corentin's going to do also a live demo, so this is very
Yes.
exciting.
Yes, I'm trying. So the point of this live demo is to try to see whether I can burn my computer within 5 minutes. So to do that, I just want to very quickly show you how you can achieve this kind of images in less than 5 minutes. So that's the point. So to start with, I coded like a very basic support to export to a file, a type of file which is named Openvdb, which is just a way to represent volumetric data that is being used in what, for example, by DreamWorks to make a 3D animation and cool stuff. And you can actually, they actually support grids and nested grids, so you can, in principle, export all your data set into these formats and then load it into the amazing software which is called Blender. I'll just show you later. But this is just like the example of a very simple script that just takes this sample, which is available, which is a Ramsey sample, and then you just go through all of these lines. In less than 30 lines, you actually export to the Openvdb formats, which you can then, okay, this is the moment it's going to burn. You can, I'm right now in Blender. You can see my screen, right? Okay.
Yep, we can see it.
I'll assume yes. So if you
Yes.
run, trust me, if you run the scripts, I just can't run it right now because otherwise it makes like and everything crash. If you import this file here, you get nothing, but you can scale it down to something much smaller. Okay, this is much better, right? And because Blender doesn't know how to render stuff unless you tell him how to do it, you go there, and you give it some volume rendering. Yeah, that's amazing. And then because I don't like the black background, I can go there, and I cheat because I did it before. But I can create a nice background. Yeah, amazing. So you get your cube. This is actually the density and the temperature in like a Ramsey simulation loaded from YT, which I just fed to Blender. And then you can make all sort of fun stuff, like you can add a plane just so that you can see things. Here we go. Yep. And I can give some material to the plane because otherwise it's not really fun. There you go. There you go. I'll give like some metal scratched thingy. Yeah, that's looking nice. And yeah, and because I like to have my universe on a plate, I can move that up. And I can add, let's add a small cube, and I make it thinner, and I move it just below. There you go. Yep. It may look confusing from your point of view, but from my point of view, it's also very confusing. So bear with me. Yeah, and I do that, and then if I just press rendering, it makes literally my computer crash. So I'm not going to do it. But if I wait long enough, yep. If I wait long enough, I actually get this image here. And I think I did it in less than 5 minutes. Yeah, amazing. So maybe one thing we can discuss right now is what is the point and is it actually useful? And I have no idea. If you have ideas of how it could be useful and what could be the usage, I'm all in. Maybe one thing I did not mention is that there is native support, at least in Blender and other visualization softwares, for having not one Openvdb file, but many ones. So you can actually take all your snapshots and dump them, all of them in the Openvdb, and then you can make animation of your simulation in 3D in Blender, for example. So that's really amazing if you want to make a like outreach talks or stuff like that, because then well, you can imagine like having a video of you and you can hold your own universe on your hand in the simulation, in the visualization. And I guess yeah, that's more or less all of what I wanted to show.
We love it. I would like to hold the universe in my hand, you know, with great power. Also, that's like universeception. So also very cool, extremely into all of it. So thank you, Corentin. That was great. I was a little afraid that suddenly you were going to disappear because your computer crashed. So, you know, we would have known, but, you know, it's okay. Okay, let's do another Slide.io question. This is, what is the best color map? I know we're going to have really strong opinions on this. Can't wait to see how angry or excited everybody is.
Yeah, I don't know, it's hard. Wow. People had to think about it for a moment here.
I mean, we have some, so all of the questions we're putting on Slido now are going to be fun ones. We had some serious ones earlier today, but you know, I hope you look forward to all of the other exciting ones. We didn't include dusk. I'm sorry, Cameron. That was my failing. I was so excited about making an emo joke about sepia that
So sad.
I know. So sad. You know, you could give a lightning talk on dusk,
On
Cameron.
dusk, I don't think that would be a very good talk.
I love that idea. That's the
I
best
think,
idea.
you know, then we could make a new poll for you. And I feel like, you know, just draw you into the lightning talks, Cameron. We're ready. We're ready. It's happening. Okay, well, it looks like Veritas won. But sepia, like my heart, got number 2. So really glad we put the emo one in.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but we didn't get that many Doom ones, which also, you know, next time.
Yeah,
so Stephanie is next. I don't think we have anybody else signed up. So Stephanie, you might be the last one for today, which is okay since we're a little bit over.
Okay.
And I believe you're going to be talking about phase plots, which is a thing you strongly dislike. Is that right?
Phase plots are the best plots. I'm going to lobby for changing phase plot to actually be called best plot. YT.bestplot. But this may actually be like the one thing I couldn't do on phase plots. So what we wanted to do was we actually have these cloud crushing simulations. So it's like my wind tunnel box, but instead of a full galaxy, it's a cloud. And we included radiative cooling down to really low temperatures and star formation. And so then we wanted to kind of just see, you know, where are these stars? Can we figure out how to look at these stars over top of our gas? And so for that, we made this projection, which is actually using the maximum value of density in the projection, annotated our particles, and then we can play it. And you can see that you have these stars forming very quickly. The gas is kind of continuing to get blown away, and these stars are just kind of like slowly moving up the simulation. But actually, this doesn't show everything that I want for this annotate particles. I want to be able to use a color map on annotate particles. And that's just my what I'm projecting for the particles. And then there we go. Okay, so what I really want is to see this on top of my projection of gas density. And so, yeah, and so here I have the same exact particles, but now I have this color map that's showing me the age of the particles, so I can kind of see if there's anything interesting happening in newly formed particles. But you can't do that on annotate particles on projection plots. So maybe that would be a fun thing to be able to do. I don't know how hard of an enhancement that would be to YT, but so I was like, all right, I can do everything in phase plot. I know how to put particles onto a phase plot. This is something that I can do. So I looked to see if I could be saved by phase plot. So I did the same thing that I always do, this YT create profile, and then I slapped on my points, and I have my nice color map here. And so I went for it. And this is the movie that ensues. And yes, I was able to use 2 separate color maps and show the age of my particles on top of the density of my gas, but it's not looking quite as clean as I would like. And again, I think this is because of the binning issue, and you know, the binning on phase plot mismatching with, you know, the grids in Enzo. And so I actually put in a decent amount of time to make it look even as good as this. And so I think that what I have to do is either try to add annotation with a color map onto a projection plot, or, oops, I'll get there eventually. There we go. Or maybe I need to look into fixed resolution buffers, these FRBs that Matt mentioned in his first talk. So if anybody has any great ideas for me for this, I'd love to hear them. That's all. Thanks.
Ooh, nice. So we only heard the impending doom on Matt's talk. So great job, Corentin and Stephanie. And Matt, this is just commentary for you,
Yes, I understand.
So please consider giving a lightning talk, even if you're not giving any other talks or anything else. We would love to see the stuff you're doing with YT, or, you could also just do something silly. Maybe, just a suggestion, although I would merge it, somebody could build an annotate cat feature. I mean, I would merge that into YT immediately, and then somebody else might be angry at me, but I support that feature. Okay, so I think that's our last lightning talk. Stephanie, what do you think? Should we just do the rest of this session slide IO questions, or do we want to save them?
I think we save them. We're a little late today. I think
Should we do one more slide IO
okay,
question?
that's good. Let's close with one more question, please.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, excellent. Right after I talked about cat annotations. Oh, I'm so happy. Wow, it's really split. Truly a divided community. Yes, I agree.
Oh, here we go. Okay, good. Wait, I didn't get to go.
Oh no, Stephanie, what are you gonna do?
Bust it wide open. No, I didn't bust it wide open at all. I just added clumps to the tie.
Clumps, contours, and streamlines. So we have some good streamlined workflows. Great job. And it seems like a lot of people have been, personally attacked by GCC5. So, sorry, everyone. We can't wait for lightning talks tomorrow and Friday again. Hopefully it's very exciting. I think everybody knows my answer to that was about cats. So,
True.
It wasn't anonymous. Oh, well.
Yeah, and I want to thank everybody for showing up. I want to really thank all of our speakers today. I had a lot of fun. I hope everybody did too. I'm frozen again. Oh no, I'm not. People
no,
are
you're
just
not. You're
moving.
not. Those were fantastic lightning talks, by the way. And you can do anything like that or anything different. Just make it tangentially related to YT.
Yes, that'll be great. And tomorrow, remember, our start time is 2 hours earlier than today. So yeah, Cameron, I know you're so excited. Holding down California for us. Go Pacific.
Perfect time to make a lightning talk about dusk.
Okay, great. Well, thanks everybody. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow and learning about awesome YT things. Great.